King Kenny just lost his fight against Raksu almost a week ago, and it was a super boring fight, and a lot of fans are disappointed in Kenny. Why? Because for the simple fact that he just didn't want to use his right hand. All he had to do to win the fight was use his right hand, but he just chose not to. Is it because of confidence? Is it because of just hesitance? I don't know. All he was doing in the fight was just jabbing and dodging. Besides that, he wasn't doing nothing. In my opinion, being fair to Kenny, Kenny is one of the better defensive fighters in influencer boxing, in my opinion. Of course, his ability to dodge punches and counter is really good. His jab is also really good. If it was a 12-round fight, in my opinion, I think Kenny would have won, but because it is influencer boxing and it's only 4 rounds, he does not have enough time to set up. He was supposed to get aggressive at certain moments, especially after the 3rd or 4th round. Especially, I was hoping for him to get aggressive, but he just didn't. So, and also his coach Daly, if you don't know, is Kenny's coach and Deji's coach. He believed Kenny won that fight, but I just want to say that I am not a boxing expert, and I will never say I'm a boxing expert. But one thing I will say is that I will have to disagree because of the simple fact that there is a difference, right, between if we're being honest, Kenny is a way better boxer than Raksu, but you do need to remember, just because you're a better boxer doesn't make you a better fighter, right? So with Kenny, he was just being very technical. So this fight kind of reminded me of the KSI versus Logan Paul fight, the second fight, where Logan Paul in the fight was more of a technical, was more, you know, in the beginning of the fight especially, he was controlling pace. It was a very slow fight. It was slow pace. It wasn't really, you know, aggressive until at some point in time where, I don't know which round, I forgot. I think it was either like 3rd or the 2nd round or whatever the round was, is that KSI just started to realize, you know what, I'm gonna just be super aggressive and just take the pace away from Logan Paul and just be aggressive, which want him to fight. So I think one thing I heard from a lot of people was Raksu came to a fight and Kenny came to survive. Pause. So I think, and I completely agree with that statement, I think Kenny just went to the fight just trying to win by points, and I think that was one of the things where I kind of had to disagree with Daly, was that you shouldn't always let the judges decide, because isn't it way better to just knock him out? Maybe if I'm, you know, I might be wrong here, but to be honest, I would rather knock out somebody and completely know that I won that fight than to assume that I won because of points and I just jab more. And like, no, like, I would rather know that, okay, I knocked him down or knock him out, 100% I have the advantage now I just gotta keep it up. Now I'm just gonna keep up the pace or whatever, right? I think that's how I would do it. I don't know, I'm not a boxer, so I can't really say anything. So another thing was, Daly said he didn't want his fighters to get hurt, and that's why he taught Kenny how to taunt, how to feint, how to jab, and how to, you know, get space between him and the fighter and his opponent. And fundamentally wise, that's really good, but you need to teach him that aggressiveness, that scrappiness, that basically that dog where you want to win, you want to fight, you come to fight. And I think that's why he lost the fight. And so that's why I say his fundamentals are good, but it came at a cost, where it just came at a cost of him losing, and just he didn't have that thing. He just wanted to win by points, and Ashley was just aggressive. He was, to be honest, he was probably controlling the pace way more, because he was just coming at him. He was staying in the center most of the fight. So I think that's just another thing. I think one thing, I know this might hurt Kenny's ego a lot, but I think what Kenny needs to do is to lower down the opponents, because one thing I believe is that if he lowers down the opponents, because I don't want to assume anything, but I think Kenny just doesn't have the confidence to use his right hand. Why? I don't know, but I think if you lower down the opponents and kind of like fight like opponents that aren't good, but at the same time, it was like, for me, like, I feel like the Ashley Raksu fight was so easy to win, bro. If Kenny just decided to use the right hand, he would have won that fight easily. So I think if he can just fight somebody not as good as his other opponents, because fair to him, he probably had one of the most difficult fighters to fight. So he fought Face Temper, which was KSI's opponent on Misfits 4. He fought Face Sensei on Misfits 1, and he fought DK Money, which is and then Ashley Raksu, which I think he fought before, you know, on Misfits 2. So I think if he just lower down the opponent, I think he might get confidence, but I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber that talks about YouTube boxing. So of course, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Hopefully you subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Peace.